Hey everybody, welcome back to Nicsminibikes. If you haven't yet, hit that link down in the description. Go check out our merchandise. We got hats, shirts, hoodies, all kinds of cool stuff. Go get you something. Today we're doing another episode of the Block Box Powered Project. If you watched the last one, you saw we put an exhaust on. We're going to take that exhaust off, put the stock exhaust back on, and then we're going to install a pod air filter with an intake adapter. A lot of these kits that you get will come with the main jet to swap out inside the carburetor. This one did not. And if I'm being honest with you, I've never changed the main jet when putting one of these in. Maybe it's my elevation and the jet size and the stock engines. It just usually works for us without doing a jet change. But I do have jets, so if we need to do a jet change, we can. So make sure you stay to the end of the video where we will compare our Block Box Dyno numbers to run with just the air filter adapter. We'll go over those numbers at the end of the video, but for now, let's get to it. All right, so we got that stock exhaust put back on. Now we're ready to swap out this air filter here. So installation of this is pretty simple. It did come with a breather tube for your valve cover. So we'll just shove that on there. And I'll get a clamp for it too. But you need to make sure that you have one of these metal rubber gaskets in between the carb and your filter adapter. So your adapter comes with a little screw back here. They actually forgot mine. I had to go to the hardware store and get one. But that's going to be for your choke lever hold down. And it just goes on there like that. Then we can slide that in place. Put our two nuts back on. Then we got that adapter on. We'll just snug up that little screw in the back. And there's that installed in our choke. And then we have our air filter. And that's our air filter adapter and air filter pod installed. It's really Just that easy. So let's see if she'll start up. See what she does. So it started right up. Seems to be running just fine with the stock jet in there, so we will be leaving that in there for now. If we have to later, we can swap that out. So now that we got that installed, we'll go get some dyno runs done. I'm just doing 2 down and 1 back, and whichever one kind of reflects how I feel it should look is the one I'm going with, but I will show you both of them. I do have to rehook up a sensor, which I had on hook for some other stuff I was doing, and then we'll get this over there and do a couple runs down the road with it. All right, so I was originally going to compare the intake numbers with the exhaust numbers, and I don't really care what those numbers are. I want to know what the numbers are from a stock 212 to a 212 with an intake on it. So I got last week's cheat sheet here with me and this week's. Now I did run the bike twice in both of these. I don't remember which one I used for my data on the stock engine, but for only the intake, I did use the run that had the better of the 2 horsepower and torque ratings, and I'll be doing that going forward from here. And it seems like it's usually that first run that gives me the better numbers, and the next one, I don't know if the engine's hot, the clutch is hot, so everything kind of drops a little bit on that second run. So we will be using the better of the 2 runs for the horsepower and torque ratings from here on out. So for our stock Predator 212 Hemi, our top speed was 34.5 miles per hour. And for our 212 Hemi with just an intake on it, 34.2. Very, very close. Our max RPM on the stock engine was 51.31, and our max RPM with the intake was 50.96. Our max torque on the stock engine was 11.5 at 2,659 RPMs. Our max torque with just the intake was 12.6 at 2,507 RPMs. So there's a pretty good increase there. Our max horsepower on the stock engine was 6.5 at 4,059 RPM, and our max horsepower with the intake was 7.2 horsepower at 3,673 RPM. So a little bit of a little bit of gaps there. So our 30-foot numbers, the stock engine did 30 feet in 1.4 seconds at 19.7 miles per hour. With the intake, it did 30 feet in 1.4 seconds at 18.7 miles per hour. 60 foot, the stock engine did it in 2.2 seconds at 24.4 miles per hour, and the intake did it in 2.4 seconds at 25 miles per hour. 100 foot for the stock engine was 3.2 seconds at 28.5 miles per hour, and the intake only was 3.4 seconds at 30.1 miles per hour. So you can go back to last week's video if you want to know the numbers we got with just an exhaust. They were pretty much spot on with the stock numbers, give or take a little bit, but they were really close. So if you were only going to do one or the other, I would suggest an intake, but just keep in mind the intake and the exhaust, they kind of work together. More air in from the intake, you need a better exhaust to get it out. Same thing if you're running the stock air box and you're not sucking in more air, there's no need to try to push more air out. It's not there. So an intake and exhaust, they kind of go together, and that is what we will do next time we do a black box power project video. So if you haven't yet, make sure you hit the link in the description. Go check out our merchandise. We got hats, we got shirts, we got hoodies, all kinds of cool stuff. It's cheap. Go get you something. And as always, make sure you like, share, hype the video, comment, and subscribe. It's free for you, and it helps us out. We appreciate you being here, and we'll catch you on the next one.